Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
You get one free ticket to completely boot any celebrity you want into being cancelled and outright exiled. Who are you picking? Trump. I lament the days when I was only vaguely aware of his existence. I miss when I just knew him as the goofy-ass host of The Apprentice lol. The person who fucked Brendan Fraser's career. Philip Burke is the name you are looking for. Burke S.A. Brendan Fraser and he never really recovered. I don't want to say much about Burke and be accused of anti-Semitism, but he wasn't a good guy. I also enjoyed Fraser's movies as a kid. The Mummy will and always will be one of my favorite movies. It's not anti-Semitic to hate a shitty person. IMO. It was worse. Apparently in real life he was as goofy and affectionate kind of guy who gave everyone big hugs and make them know he was happy to see them, as his persona in early movies. The assault damaged the core of him. Broke his trust. IMO. The worst people alive are the ones that prey on innocence. This makes me so angry. Stealing someone's light is just unforgivable. Chris Brown. Since his name was brought up, Chris Brown was driving a vehicle with Robin F. Rihanna as the front passenger on an unknown street in Los Angeles. Robin F. picked up Brown's cellular phone and observed a 3-page text message from a woman who Brown had a previous sexual relationship with. A verbal argument ensued and Chris Brown pulled the vehicle over on an unknown street, reached over Robin F. with his right hand, opened the car door and attempted to force her out. Brown was unable to force Robin F. out of the vehicle because she was wearing a seat belt. When he could not force her to exit, he took his right hand and shoved her head against the passenger window of the vehicle, causing an approximate 1-inch raised circular contusion. Robin F. turned to face Brown and he punched her in the left eye with his right hand. He then drove away in the vehicle and continued to punch her in the face with his right hand while steering the vehicle with his left hand. The assault caused Robin F.'s mouth to fill with blood and blood to splatter all over her clothing and the interior of the vehicle. Brown looked at Robin F. and stated, "I'm going to beat the shit out of you when we get home. You wait and see." The detective said Robin F. then used her cell phone to call her personal assistant Jennifer Rosales, who did not answer. Robin F. pretended to talk to her and stated, "I'm on my way home. Make sure the police are there when I get there." After Robin F. faked the call, Brown looked at her and stated, "You just did the stupidest thing ever. Now I'm really going to kill you." Brown resumed punching Robin F. and she interlocked her fingers behind her head and brought her elbows forward to protect her face. She then bent over at the waist, placing her elbows and face near her lap in an attempt to protect her face and head from the barrage of punches being levied upon her by Brown. Brown continued to punch Robin F. on her left arm and hand, causing her to suffer a contusion on her left triceps, that was approximately 2 inches in diameter, and numerous contusions on her left hand. Robin F. then attempted to send a text message to her other personal assistant, Melissa Ford. Brown snatched the cellular telephone out of her hand and threw it out of the window onto an unknown street. Brown continued driving and Robin F. observed his cellular telephone sitting in his lap. She picked up the cellular telephone with her left hand and before she could make a call he placed her in a headlock with his right hand and continued to drive the vehicle with his left hand. Brown pulled Robin F. close to him and bit her on her left ear. She was able to feel the vehicle swerving from right to left as Brown sped away. He stopped the vehicle in front of 333 North June Street and Robin F. turned off the car, removed the key from the ignition and sat on it. Brown did not know what she did with the key and began punching her in the face and arms. He then placed her in a headlock, positioning the front of her throat between his bicep and forearm. Brown began applying pressure to Robin F.'s left and right carotid arteries, causing her to be unable to breathe and she began to lose consciousness. She reached up with her left hand and began attempting to gouge his eyes in an attempt to free herself. Brown bit her left ring and middle fingers and then released her. While Brown continued to punch her, she turned around and placed her back against the passenger door. She brought her knees to her chest, placed her feet against Brown's body and began pushing him away. Brown continued to punch her on the legs and feet, causing several contusions. Robin F. began screaming for help and Brown exited the vehicle and walked away. A resident in the neighborhood heard Robin F.'s plea for help and called 911, causing a police response. An investigation was conducted and Robin F. was issued a domestic violence emergency protective order. IDK how many people are committed to reposting the police report statement, but I am in awe of you, y'all, and I love it. Thank you for trying to expose Chris Brown for the trash he is and will apparently always be considering he keeps hitting women. Many women. I came here to say this. I do not understand how he still has a career. Ted Bundy would still be receiving fan mail by the truckload if Florida didn't execute him, man shrugging. Andrew Tate. This douche is considered a celebrity. I'm on board for erasing his visibility, but I think celebrity is a stretch. At one point he was the most searched man on earth. Something like 90% of British teens know who he is. He's a list. Just a terrible human. Sean Combs. Yeah, fuck did he. He didn't get a fraction of what he deserves. Yup, yet just like Kanye there are tons of pieces of shit that are still claiming H is innocent or that Cassie made shit up, etc. Regardless of anything else, he kicked that woman in the face while on camera while she was already on the ground. He should be in jail for that alone. And these assholes were boycotting outside the courthouse for him to be released. And these are people with moms, sisters, aunts, etc. Logan Paul, dude has no remorse for his actions. Lol, at the time of my scrolling this was just under Jake Paul. I know nothing of either of them and that was funny to see them next to each other. I still have almost no idea who they are. I'm gladly living under a rock. Jared fucking Leto. He's a known predator and keeps getting work. It's so disgusting. And a cult leader. Honestly, looking at how that part played out, I think that's more an image he deliberately cultivated by abusing fans' willingness to go along with his fucked up shit. He likes to be seen that way more than anything. Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is a perfect anagram for the reptile. Also, Pete Hitler. Bill Cosby. He should still be incarcerated. Fucker. I read that as incinerated and I felt like wow, that's a lot, but maybe I dunno. Both are acceptable. Jake Paul. Both Paul brothers, honestly. Drake. Everyone seems to forget he groomed young girls just like R. Kelly, but they still keep him relevant. Everyone seems to forget he groomed young girls just like R. Kelly. I mean, we recently had a whole Super Bowl halftime show about it. And yet people still love him. Elon Musk. Cody from Sister Wives. I resent referring to him as a celebrity, but I want him gone that badly. Someone wrote a piece about him and people in his hometown thought he was gay because he was so flamboyant and attention-seeking in high school. They were surprised he married one woman, let alone four. Haven't they all divorced him at this point? Such an odd guy. All but the fourth wife have left him. I watched the show in passing because my wife is obsessed with it, but I'm pretty sure the brown-haired one, Robin, is still with him. Dude is an absolute fucking leaking asshole though, so maybe soon. Maybe he is secretly closeted and that's why he married so many women. Cody and his 3 fried ramen noodle hairs can exile himself right out of our galaxy. Kim K. Can we say the whole Kardashian clan? I feel like they reflect everything that is wrong with American culture, the rot within, so to speak. Waste of the power if you ask me. AFAIK, she hasn't done anything worthy of straight up exile. I don't know if I'd waste my only ticket on her, but Jenny McCarthy certainly deserves to be in the conversation here. Her and Oprah together set back healthcare in the English-speaking world by decades. Fuck both of them. Read this as Jenny McCurdy, Jeanette McCurdy, and was about to rage. Dan Schneider. Fuck that guy. Diddy, because his comeback is inevitable. Stephen Miller. The guy's head moves like Vinny in Spaceballs. Seriously, out of the entire administration, first and current, he is hands down the most evil motherfucker present. The fact anyone could think Miller's good or navigate around his insanely cruel anti-immigrant life mantras makes me question how stupid and or equally evil some of my fellow Americans actually are. Just watched a YouTube deep dive into him the other day and holy shit, in the lineup he's Goebbels, which is terrifying for all of us. Jared Leto. Steven Seagal. He's a traitor. I don't really think you need to cancel Seagal. His career has been over for like 25 years. And he lives in Russia making money laundering movies for the Russian mob. Canceling would be an improvement at this point. Kanye West. My first thought was Trump, but he's looking like he doesn't have much time left anyway. IDK man, both his mom and dad lived long lives and we need this mofo gone ASAP. Trump is 79. Trump's dad age at death, 93. Trump's mom age at death, 88. They never had the stress of the presidential office, but I hear you. Evil lives forever expressionless. Vince McMahon. As out of the public eye as he is currently, there are still wrestling fans that apologize for that dude. Removed. The dude with the tiny hands. The orange lad. Epstein's best friend. Yeah, him. There are an awful lot of wrong answers on this thread. I'm surprised I had to scroll down so far to find the only correct answer. And the mods removed it. Face with raised eyebrow. Chris fucking Brown. Ted, pedo, shit my pants, Nugent. Add Kid Rock 2, both stains to the state of Michigan. Travis Scott. I cannot believe that there are still people out there paying money to see him in concert. 10 people are dead because of him and H is out making collabs with all the entertainment giants. Piers Morgan. Send the cunt into orbit and never let him return. Jake Paul. Kanye. Why bother? Dude spent his last chip with damn near everybody. The last time he choked on some controversy, the general mood was exhaustion. Joe Rogan. Roman Polanski. Don't disagree, but the sand in his hourglass is almost gone. Too little too late. Mr. Beast. Every time I see or hear him I am immediately uncomfortable. He gives me the ick so bad. Dude has some skeletons in his closet for sure. Surrounds himself with crypt keepers, too. Something ain't right with that boy. Wouldn't say that publicly because I have no actual basis for it, but I'm usually right about these things. Time will tell. In concrete terms, my hatred of him is based purely on the ratio between how annoying he is versus how popular he is. That's how I feel about Justin Timberlake. I don't have any reason to feel this way about him, I just don't like the guy.